Jó reggelt kívánok, hogy vagy, jó? Start of another day, and here I am waking up with the dawn, waking up with the dawn, and hmm, as I found myself waking up, I found myself thinking about a couple things. The first thing I found myself thinking was, how beautiful is the dawn? How beautiful is the start of the day? And I'm kicking myself in the ass for all those years, spent in my 20s when I was staying up until just before the dawn. I'd go out partying and I'd come home just before the dawn and sleep until noon or 1. And little did I know that I was missing the best part of the day was the dawn. And it's beautiful. To say it's beautiful would be an absolute understatement. But I've got my morning coffee, and my LTC is still sleeping. And I've got to tell you, you know what? The whole curtain thing, the whole sleeping arrangement. If last night is any indication, I'm still waiting for her to wake up and to say, "How did you sleep?" And I want to hear her say, "Like a bug in a rug." That's what I taught her yesterday. We were driving down the road, and I said, "I hope you sleep like a bug in the rug." And she said, "A what?" And I said, "A bug in the rug." And she said, "What's a rug?" And I said, "It's like like a carpet, and she goes, "Oh, I know." And I said, "And the bug, the bug?" And she said, "I don't like bugs." And I said, "I know, but this is an analogy." I said, "I hope that you sleep like a bug in a rug," meaning when a bug is in a rug, it's very comfortable. And she said, "Oh, okay." So I hope when she wakes and I see her smiling face that that she says I slept like a bug in a rug. But seriously, if last night were any indication, we're in for a beautiful trip. As I was, she went. We're actually at an RV park where there's a nice shower available to us. So while she was in the shower yesterday, I was getting myself situated, so to speak, in the camper, and I found myself thinking that, interestingly enough, there wasn't any awkwardness. There was no awkwardness at all, and that the idea that I had to have her come from Europe and spend a week in my home with her own private room, and she could close the door in her own bathroom and all that type of stuff. So the two of us could get to know each other and build trust and all that kind of stuff. So as opposed to just having her step off a plane and into a camper, but but anyway, the curtain idea, brilliant. The curtain idea just worked out absolutely fantastic. I put little hooks across the area so she can just you know put up the curtain and have all the privacy she could need or want. And anyway, so back to the dawn for a moment. There's a song by Alan Jackson, and I'm going to put it in the comments here down below. It's called A Song for the Life. Song for the Life. If you haven't heard that song, listen to that song. It's called A Song for the Life. And it's all about, what's important in life. Somehow I learned how to listen, for the sound of the sun going down and all that type of stuff. But, I love music. Last night we were driving home, and I especially love sharing music. Last night I shared several songs with her, and one song was Annie's song by John Denver. And I was telling her, I said he wrote this song in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Go listen to that song, Annie's song, Annie, Annie's song. He wrote that song in about 5 minutes. Can you imagine having the love in your heart for somebody that would inspire you to sit down and in 5 minutes put pen to paper and have words as magical as that come out of your heart? Um, absolutely correct, incredible. The other song that I had her listen to was a song called "Sweet Surrender" by John Denver. Sweet Surrender. What an incredible song. You know, I don't know where I'm going. I'm not sure where I've been. Uh, the lyrics to that song are just absolutely incredible. Sweet Surrender. And my poor LTC, she's got to put up with my singing. She's got to put up with my animated singing, I should say. I'll be driving along the road, and boy, I had "Sweet Surrender" by John Denver cranked up on the radio, and she's got an app. She's got an app where she can, just the app identifies the song. The app identifies the song, and as soon as it identifies the song, she can start reading the lyrics. But uh, but Sweet Surrender is just an incredible song. As I was listening to it last night, every time I listen to that song, Sweet Surrender, I, uh, I transpose myself, if that's the correct word. I transpose myself over to, what is it, to Maui, and just sitting there under the stars at night, on the west shore of Maui, up at Napili Bay, and just listening to the waves and looking at the stars, and listening to John Denver. But anyway, so it hasn't been all country, mind you. The whole trip hasn't been all country. I'm not going to subject the poor lady to nothing but country music. And interestingly enough, she loves instrumental. She loves instrumental. And yesterday, the majority of the day was spent listening to Yanni, of all things, Yanni and Kenny G, as we drive down the road. But what's interesting is as I start my days and as I go through my days, one of the first and foremost priorities of mine is to make her comfortable, to make sure that she is safe, and what have you. We were having dinner in a Wendy's last night, of all places. She's the strangest vegetarian I've ever met in my life. I remember when she was getting ready to come over here, and I said, "Well, what's your diet like? Well, I don't eat meat. I don't eat a lot of meat, you know." And here we are, a few days or a week into the trip, and boy, man, she loves meat. She loves hamburgers. She loves, all that good stuff. But anyway, but no, in all seriousness, it's just interesting how I'm so tuned into to making sure that she has what she needs, and that she is comfortable and having the time of her life. But anyway, so the what else is on my mind? Um, there's several things on my mind. When you stay in a campground like this, people pull in at different times of the day and night, and last night was no exception. And this guy pulled in last night and parked next to us, and she's yet to meet this guy, but his is bigger than mine. I've heard that it's not the size that matters. I've always heard that. It's not the size that matters. That's what they keep telling me. It's not, Tom, it's not the size that matters. It's how you use it. And I keep telling myself that, but every now and then something happens and it just makes you wonder. And hmm, let me show you what I'm talking about. Okay, it's probably better I just show you. Oh, I know what you're thinking. Okay, no, you don't have to close your eyes. All right, here, but it's not. So here's my setup. Okay, now you would say, "Gee, Tom, that's a nice setup." You know, you got a nice little camper there. You got your bikes. You know, you got your big, you know, your big white truck, and you're thinking, you got it all going on. You got it all dialed in. And then, you know, I wake up and look what she's going to see when she wakes up this morning. My goodness, his truck and his camper is bigger than mine. You see? And I'm afraid that she's going to wake up this morning and look next door and say, what the? She says, oh my God, his is bigger than Tom's, you know? And, and I don't know what I'm going to do. You know, we will see, as the saying goes. But anyway, isn't that a nice setup? Look at that. You know, I bet my sister Carol is looking at that, and she's got a dream of traveling around with that's called a fifth wheel right there, is what that's called. That's called a fifth wheel. And look at the kayak. You know, I toyed with the idea of getting a kayak or a canoe for the top of my truck, but at the end of the day, and in all reality, I found myself asking, you know, just how often am I going to use that? You know, how often am I going to, you know, every 3 months am I going to, you know, put myself in that kayak, you know, what, 3, 4 times or something? So I opted not for the kayak. But anyway, so she'll be waking up soon, and she needs to do her yoga. And you know what? I forgot her yoga mat, or we forgot her yoga mat at my house, and now we got to go and put that on our list. Our to-do list today is to find her a yoga mat so she can do her yoga and meditation. You know, yesterday we went to the ocean, not the ocean, the Gulf, and you should have seen her face when we pulled into the parking lot at the Gulf, and she saw the white sand and the beach and what have you, the ocean. As I pan around and show you the thing, I'm going to show you an interesting. Maybe I'll grab my cup of coffee here. Grab my cup of coffee. You see, I brought my. You know, you can take the boy out of the Budapest, but you can't take the Budapest out of the boy. Isn't that something? There's the Parliament. Oh, the beautiful Parliament. I'm really tempted to catch a flight back over to Budapest in the late summer as this trip wraps up. I'm going to show you some of these campers. Look at this. Isn't that a nice thing to wake up to? I don't think that's the bayou. It could be. You know, they have bayous down here, down on the bayou. But I want to show you a camper just up the way here. I'm sure some of you will appreciate it. Probably one of the first people up. Here, it's a little bit after 5. Look at this. Is that a nice RV or what? But the RV that I want to show you, here's a little camper van. This is a little bit too small for me to travel around in one of these things. That's too small for me. But look at this. MillionMilesForChrist.com. Find your freedom. Isn't that fantastic? Find your freedom. Look at that. Fantastic. United Methodist Motorcycle Association is who that is. United Methodist Motorcycle Association. So, here's the rest of the campsite. I told my LTC, I said, this isn't the best campsite. Not the best RV park that we're going to stay at. But then again, it's definitely not going to be the worst RV park that we're going to stay at. Boy, that coffee is good. So, Today it's off to the Big Easy. It's off to New Orleans. It's off to New Orleans, and we're staying at a state park. Looks like a beautiful state park with beautiful lawn settings and what have you, and just a short distance from the French Quarter. So I'm going to take her down and get her some gumbo jambalaya, and she likes spicy. She likes spicy, so I'm going to go get her some jumbo jambalaya down on the French Quarter. And tomorrow morning, we're not even going to unconnect tonight. Tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up. And tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up at about 4 a.m. Is that tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow morning. We're going to wake up at about 4 a.m. and we're going to hightail it. We're going to hightail it over to Lakewood Ministries in Houston, Texas. And we're going to go see the service with Joel Osteen. Look at that beautiful setting. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. Song for the Life. You got to listen to that song, Song for the Life by Alan Jackson. And while you're at it, listen to Sweet Surrender by John Denver. Just beautiful. So then it is off to see Joel Osteen, and a good client of mine, as well as the majority of my clients become my friends. And I've got a friend there. His name is Rudy. And Rudy's going to meet us, and we're going to leave the camper at his business, and he's going to drive us over to Lakewood Ministries to see Joel Osteen for service tomorrow morning, and then he's going to take us to lunch before we head over to San Antonio. So anyway, wrap this. Come back up over here. So you know what? I want to share. Situate the camera here. I want to share some thoughts. All right. I have somewhat of a zero tolerance policy on my YouTube channel, and yesterday there were these individuals, ladies that were just putting comments up on my YouTube channel that were anything but nice, and I usually call that unsolicited criticism. And I've had zero tolerance in my life for people that just throw out unsolicited criticism of others. It's just something that over the years, I've seen it time and time again, where people, for whatever reason, are compelled to share thoughts and say mean things to other people in an attempt to hurt them or make them feel bad or anything like that. And you know what? If I see that type of stuff on my YouTube channel, I make a beeline over for their YouTube profile, and I just block them from further comments on my videos. I'm all for constructive criticism. If you want to give me constructive criticism, I'm all for that. But the key word there is constructive criticism. The type of comments that these ladies were making on my video yesterday, about my hair. My hair. I don't give a crap about how my hair looks. I really don't. I stopped. When I go into the barber shop, I just say, try to make me look good. Do the best you can. And when they ask me when I walk out, do you want gel in your hair? You want something in your hair? I say, I don't care how my hair looks. I really don't. I don't care how my hair looks. I'm not that self-conscious. And you know what? As far as those of you that have a perception that I have an ego, let me tell you something. That statement couldn't be anything further than the truth. The picture of that man down there on that bus. I am nothing more and nothing less than what the good Lord made me. That's it. Absolutely nothing more, nothing less. And those of you out there that, have that propensity to go through your life and just tearing others down, you know, I don't even know what to say to you. I hope you find peace within yourself. I hope you find happiness. It's individuals like you. It's individuals like you that were probably bullies in school. You were probably bullies in school. It's people like you that, parents come home and find that their teenage daughter or son has committed suicide because of people like you going through life bullying people, you know, and, I don't know what to say to you. I really don't. But if you think you're going to get the better of me, in all honesty, if you think you're going to get the better of me, uh, you're going to have to wake up a hell of a lot earlier in the morning than I wake up to try to think that you're going to get the better of me. And you can attack my character all you want. You can attack my character, my integrity, all you want. But at the end of the day, it's me and my pillow, or my pillow and I, if you want to use the proper English. It's my pillow and I is the proper English. But at the end of the day, it's my pillow and I. And my pillow knows the truth, meaning that at the end of the day, it's what I think about myself that's important, not what you might think about me or care to say about me. So if you don't like my YouTube channel, if you don't like my little mannerisms, if you don't like my dialogue, you know what? There's millions. There's millions of other people. Go watch somebody else. Stop subjecting yourself to stuff that you find offensive, stuff that you find, whatever. Just turn the channel, okay? Get the remote. Turn the channel. Go watch somebody else. But anyway, so that is it. And interestingly enough, one of the nicest things that could have ever happened to me yesterday was the lovely Mercedes. Those of you that have been following me for years now, you know Mercedes all too well. And Mercedes, I'm looking right at you, Mercedes. You have one of the most beautiful souls that I've ever met in my entire life. I don't think that I have ever met, and I don't think that I will ever meet another person walking the face of this earth that's as beautiful as you inside and out. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for the comments. You and I had an incredible trips, I think. Didn't we take a couple trips? You and I had some incredible trips over the course of the time that we spent together. And, those are memories. Those are memories that I'm going to cherish the rest of my life. And I'm sure that you will too. And for you to come on, I kind of surprised you're still watching my videos. But for you to come on and share those comments about, about my character, I'm not sure about the hunting thing. I'm not sure about this. Tom is hunting, all men hunt. You know, I'm not sure about that comment, but anyway, I'm not hunting. But there was that little chuckle. Somebody made a comment that sometimes I'll make a comment and I'll chuckle or something afterwards, and it just drives them crazy. But anyway, it's to have a comment. Mercedes, the most beautiful thing that I ever saw. One of the most beautiful things, and I'll share this story as I wrap this up. One of the most beautiful things I ever saw was my dad was when my dad was with me in Florida. Mercedes is a doctor, for those of you that don't know, but my dad came home from the hospital. He got discharged from the hospital, and we were questioning whether he'd gotten discharged too early or not. And Mercedes and helped me bring him home, and he was in so much pain. My dad was in so much pain, and I remember bringing him home and trying to get him situated and everything, and it was late, and off we all went to bed, and I remember waking up in the middle of the night, and Mercedes was nowhere to be seen. She was nowhere to be seen, and And I got up. I got up and I went down the hallway and I opened the door and there was Mercedes lying in the bed with my dad, holding him, just holding him. And I looked at that and I thought, my God, what a beautiful person you are. I'll never forget that for the rest of my life. Never forget that. Absolutely, absolutely incredible. But anyway, all right. Anyway, have a great day, everybody. Uh-oh, there's the guy. There he is. There's the guy that's... Okay. No, I don't think I got too much. I don't think I got too much competition. I don't know. Maybe. Anyway. All right. Have a great have a great day. All right. Take good care.